If you've never been on Twitter, or you've been on Twitter and haven't had an account, now's the time to create one. You'll go up to the upper right corner, click on Sign Up, and put in your name. I'm going to put in a little bit different since I already have a Twitter handle. I'm going to use my Google Voice phone number. You can also select to use your email. It just has to be something that they can send a confirmation to. I'm going to put in my birth date. The reason they're asking for your birth date is to prove that you're older than 13, because 13 is the minimum age for someone to have a Twitter account legally. This says track where you see Twitter content across the web. Twitter uses the data to enhance your experience. You can deselect that if you would like. Click Next. Double check your information and click Sign Up. And they tell you we're going to verify your account by sending you a text. I have a text number. You see it come up in the screen there. And I click Next. Now it's asking me to select a password that's at least 6 characters. I've done that, so I'm going to click Next. Now I'm to pick a profile picture. Twitter recommends that you have a picture of yourself so that when people decide if they're going to follow you, they're not following a flower. They know for sure it's you and not a fake account. So I'm going to click and we'll use this one. I just took this picture for Spirit Days. There's my picture. I'm going to apply it. Keep in mind you can always change your profile picture. Then I'll click Next. My bio, educational technology specialist. This is where the new social media guidelines that were sent out earlier this year come into play. You don't want to put down that you're an employee of the Hickman Mills School District. If you feel that there could be confusion, you might want to put down tweets from this account are not representative of my employer. I'm going to skip that part for right now and click Next. What are you interested in? General news, health, weather, country music, digital creators. Let's see. You don't have to select any of these. I'm going to click Next. Now it's going to suggest some people that I might like to follow. And I don't know a lot of these people. I know a few, but I'm not, at this time, I don't feel like I'm going to accept their requests. I'm just going to click Next. And now my Twitter account, my new Twitter account, is created. If I click on Profile here on the left, you'll notice I don't have a picture up here. I can get one. I can edit the profile and then click on the picture. And I believe I have some pictures right here. Here's a picture of all of our media specialists. So I'm going to pick just the top couple rows. And that's going to be my cover photo. I can add my location. I do this very broadly, just so that people will know approximately where in the country I am. I use this as a professional platform, so I want people to know that I am an educator in Kansas City. So, it says, you haven't tweeted yet. Very true. So the first thing we're going to do is tweet now. And this is my first tweet with a demo account. And that's all I have to do. If I want to tag someone in it, and I'm going to tag my account that I already have, which is at C. Garrity. You'll ask people their handles or their usernames for Twitter, and they'll give them to you with that ampersand ahead of it. So at C. Garrity, at Sanborn KM. So that'll tag me, so it'll show up on my professional page saying that I'm tweeting with a demo account. Another thing that Twitter has found is if you add a photo, your tweet is more likely to be seen. So I'm going to go in here, and I want to say I have some screenshots. Don't know if there's any that I'll just use the Twitter logo. And that will be my picture. You also have the option to go in and add a GIF or a poll or an emoji. I'm not going to choose to do those right now. And then I can either add another tweet or click tweet. And there's my first tweet on this account. If you want to make another tweet or tweet again, over here you'll see this blue button that says tweet. You'll click on that. And then you have your options here. I wanted to be able to show you here. You can search for a GIF if you click that option. You can ask a poll and people can weigh in. I'm going to remove the poll. And then here is my emoticon selections. The next thing that you'll want to do is think about who you want to follow, because your Twitter feed, if I go to home right now, it just has nothing, just my tweets. And you're not going to get very much out of the Twitter platform if it's just your tweets. One of the things that I like to do is search for HMC1. And when you do that, you'll notice that a lot of our district accounts come up. So I can click follow and then go down here. I can follow Millennium. I can follow Irvin. Go up here again, HMC1. Follow the technology department, Dr. Merkerson. So now I'm starting to follow a lot of Hickman Mills people, and that's awesome. And now I will see their tweets start to show up. But again, you're limiting yourself to one point of view, only tweets from your district. One of the things I like to do is find someone that I respect professionally and then look and see who they're following. I'm going to select Ginger Lumen, who's a friend of mine that is an expert in problem-based learning. All right, and here you'll see a blue link with her handle, and I'm going to click follow. And there's another one of my friends, Kevin Honeycutt. I'm going to follow him. If I go to Ginger's page, I can look for, here's who she is following. I'm going to select this because if I go to followers, that's a list of people who have decided to follow her. I want to know who she has intentionally followed. So I'm going to click on following and just scroll through. And this is where your description comes in very handy. I'm going to follow this person. And this person. Okay. Then I'm going to do another search. I'm going to search for Ed Tech because that's one of my interests. Okay, well, there's Apple Education. I'd like to follow them. So I just hover over the word, the title, and click follow. And now I'm following them. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for my professional account because I'm going to delete this one later. And I'm going to click on it. And I've actually been compiling a list of people at Hickman Mills with Twitter accounts. And if you click on this little dot here, the horizontal dots, ellipses, you can click on View Lists, and you can click on HMC1, and then you will see a list of people that I follow that are also Hickman Mills employees. You can also subscribe to my list, and then you will see the tweets of all 95 members on my list. So those are some ways to find people to follow. The next thing I would like to talk about is the use of hashtags. Hashtags in Twitter can be used to search for information. For instance, I'm going to do a hashtag HMC1 Virtual Spirit. Let's see. If we do that one, then we see some of the tweets that have been tweeted with that hashtag. That's why when you go to an event such as our CNI Day, they'll give you a hashtag. That way people can search the hashtag and see everything that's going on. For instance, let me see, I think ISTE 19 was the last one. And if you look here, then you'll see a lot of the ISTE resources that were tweeted last year. Those often accompany conferences. But another thing you can do is you can search for grade 1. I believe that's a hashtag. And then you will get uses of Twitter tweeted by first grade teachers. I like to search for Ed Tech or Ed Tech chat, and then I can find tweets and people that then I may want to follow. And if that doesn't look like a hashtag you want to keep, you can always type in a new one. Just use the word or the hashtag in front of it. So I could put hashtag, let's try coronavirus. And we're going to get a lot. Now this is where your digital literacy skills come in, because you need to evaluate whether the tweets you're seeing are from reputable sources, or keep in mind, I just went in and created an account. I might pretend not to be myself, give it another name, and tweet. So you have to use your due diligence. And if you see a tweet, don't assume that that is the news, the true news. You may have to do a little more research to see if you can find it on more sites. As you're reading through tweets, you might see a tweet that you want to share. I like our Virtual Spirit Week tweet, and I want more people to see it. So I'm going to click on this rotating square here, and I have two options. I can retweet the tweet just as is, or I can retweet it with a comment. Today, I'm just going to retweet it. You'll see it's been retweeted once, and that shows up as green. If I want to just comment to the person, I can tweet a reply here. I could tweet with my picture of how I celebrated the day with my hat. I think it's right here. So I could decide to tweet that. Or I can click the X and decide to discard my response. I can click the heart to say, I really like this tweet, or I could share it. I could send this tweet by direct message to someone I follow. I believe I'm following Christy, but she can't be messaged. She has turned that off, as a lot of people do. You can also copy a link to the tweet if you want to share it in a presentation, or you can share the tweet through messages. I can airdrop it to my class, or I can probably not to my class. I can airdrop it to a group. I can airdrop it and put it on one of my notes. If I click that, then I can go back and reference that. I can also share it to my reminders. So that's some of the things that you can do with a tweet if you like it. I want to show you two more things before we leave this tutorial and I give you some resources. Let's say that I decided I don't want to follow someone that I have already followed. Okay? None of these people would I not follow, but just for an example, I'm going to say, okay, I'm not going to follow Irvin anymore. So I'm going to click on that little arrow down in the right-hand corner of the tweet, and I can click on unfollow, mute, or block. Now that usually happens for me with something somebody has retweeted. I may notice it's a fake site, so I might click on that site and do this. Another way you can unfollow is to click on the link and go to that profile and unfollow from there. Some people will have their profile and decide, you know what, I am done with Twitter, or they're leaving the district and they don't want the same Twitter account. To get rid of your account, you click on More. That's not it. Settings and Privacy. And go down to the bottom where it says Deactivate your account. And read through the directions and then click Deactivate. You have to put in your password, and that's just so that someone else doesn't come in and deactivate your account for you. I'm going to deactivate this since I already have an account with Twitter. And now that account has been deactivated and everything is gone.